Hey, this is Vito from Jersey. It's election day 2016. I went and voted Donald Trump. I voted at 6:30 this morning, Catherine E. Doyle School, Woodridge, New Jersey. I don't understand how they say there's voter fraud, because I had to show my ID and I had to sign in. They opened up the book, they found my name, and I signed. Oh, I don't know. And they gave me a card, and I had to show it to the guy before I entered the booth. But anyway, let's just pray to God that Donald Trump gets in, okay? Because I don't have to tell you why. But anyway, on this election day, I want to talk about something different. I'm getting a little sick, tired of this election crap. You know, growing up as a kid in an Italian family in northern New Jersey, you know, Italian guys have a reputation of being hard guys, tough guys, you know. But let me tell you something. Nobody is as tough as an Italian woman. I don't. I'll tell you a story. I'll give you an example. Yeah, first thing, you know, you got to always watch out, even in an Italian wedding, where you're going to put the people. My mother, you think I'm going to sit next to her? Whoa, they never let anything die. Even my wife, they never let nothing die, Gumba. Never let nothing die. Let me tell you a story. I was about 10 years old, right? And I'm at my Aunt Adele's house. This is my father's sister, right? So my father's sister, my Aunt Adele, was best friends with my mother. My mother's name was Maria. My mother, before they got married, before my father and mother got married, she was best friends with my father's sister, Adele. They were best friends since they were kids, from Italy. Kids. So anyway, we're in Hoboken. We're in my Aunt Adele's apartment on Jackson Street in Hoboken. And we're watching a ball game. The men are in the living room. We're watching sports. I'm 10 years old. I don't know. I'm just watching a ball game with my father and my uncle. And my Aunt Adele comes in with a meatball on a fork. She goes, Vito, you want a meatball? I said, yeah. So I take it on a fork and I eat it. She goes, good? I said, yeah. She goes, better than your mother's? Now, I was 10 years old. I didn't know one meatball from the next. To me, a meatball was a meatball. They were all good. All my aunts cooked good. They were Italian. They cooked good meatballs. But I didn't know what to say to her. So I said, yeah, they're better than my mother's. I'm serious. This is a true story. My mother was standing there. She's looking. Anyway, we spent the day there. It was a Sunday. We spent the day there. We ate homemade macaronis, meatballs, sausage. Okay. So then we're driving home, and my mother says to me, I'm sitting in the back seat of the car. My mother says, why did you say Adele's meatballs were better than mine? I said, I didn't know what to say. I said, I didn't know what to say, Ma. She said, they're better. I don't know. I just said it. I just said, yeah, I didn't know what to say. So my father goes, well, Adele should have never said that. She should have never asked that. Okay. When we get home, my mother gets on the phone and she has this huge argument with my Aunt Adele. They don't speak to each other for 10 years. For 10 years they don't speak to each other over a friggin' meatball. All right? These are people who were best friends. Right? Best friends. Okay. So, I'm in the military. I come out of the military. And my mother and my Aunt Adele just start talking to each other again. Now, I didn't do 10 years in the military, but they didn't speak. Then I went into the military, and I came out. And they were having a barbecue in my backyard. My parents threw a barbecue because I came out of the military and it was kind of like, you know, have a little barbecue, to welcome me back from Vietnam. So anyway, everybody had to bring something. It was like a covered dish. They had a barbecue, but everybody, who brought lasagna, who brought this. My Aunt Adele brings what? Meatballs. All right? This is 10 years later now. Okay, I was 10 years old. Now I'm like 20-something years old. Maybe it was more than 10 years. It was 20-something years old. Right? She brings a pot of meatballs. So they put it on the stove to heat it up. Now I hear this. So my mother is talking to her sister, my mother's sister, my Aunt Anna. Right? So she says to my Aunt Anna, keep Adele talking in the backyard. She's going to sabotage her meatballs. All right? I'm not saying this is right. This is my mother now. I wouldn't be lying on my mother, right? So, my Aunt Anna keeps my Aunt Adele talking in the backyard with everybody else. In the kitchen, my Aunt Adele's pot of meatballs is on a stove. And my mother takes oregano. Now, you have to put oregano in the sauce, in the red sauce. You gotta. But too much oregano makes the sauce bitter, real bitter. It has to be the right amount of oregano. You gotta know what you're doing when you're cooking it. My mother takes a thing of oregano. I'm watching this because my bedroom is like this, and there's a thing, and the kitchen is over here, and I'm looking. I can't believe what I'm seeing. My mother takes the thing of oregano, and she goes, stirs it all up in the sauce, tastes it, bitter, good. Puts the lid on, lets it cook, fucks it all up. Leaves. When it was time to eat the meatballs and stuff, they brought it outside. We had the big table outside, all the relatives sitting around. My Aunt Adele tastes. She goes, oh my goodness. She says, my meatballs, they're so bitter. I must have put too much oregano in. Nobody wanted to eat the meatballs. True story. My mother and her sister, my Aunt Anna, my cousin Maria and my cousin Thomas's mother, my Aunt Anna, sabotaged my Aunt Adele's, my father's sister's meatballs. After over 10 years. Because when I was 10 years old, I said my Aunt Adele's meatballs were better than my mother's. True story. Padre, Figlio, Spirito Santo. Se benedica tutte quante. Take that to the bank. Vito from Jersey, you tell me what you think.